We have one more act in this section, then we're going to take a break. They're going to be fantastic. So guys, for the last time in this section, for Sunny, make some noise. 1, 2, 3, make some noise!
Hello everyone, how are we doing today? So first things first, I know what some of you may be thinking. Yes, I am aware that I look like the coronavirus fuck shortage. My name is Sunny Lai. That Sunny is in the weather. I was named after the thing that our whole world revolves around, so I think it's only fair I spend this time just talking entirely about myself. I was not a huge fan of my name as a kid because it's a bit weird, so I got teased. However, all of that changed one day in high school, one fateful day in sex education class. I decided I like this name. Do you know why? We had one of those classes where you do like discussions about various hypothetical situations, and they're all things that are pedestrian now, but are horrifically mortifying when you're 15. Things like, Anna and Tom have been having sex for 3 months. Lucy thinks she may be pregnant. Anna has crabs. Anna Collins didn't enjoy the rest of year 9 very much, but Sunny Lai was fine. I've also worked out that with a name like Sunny, I can make all my exes uncomfortable whenever they see or hear a weather report. And you may be asking yourself, Sunny, does that really come up much on this soggy island we call a country? Well, you'll be pleased to know all my exes live in Australia. That's where I'm from, which is why I sound like this. I'm also bisexual, which is both my sexual orientation and my go-to excuse for being too indecisive. If sexual orientation were a choice, I'd be choosing not to choose. God asked if I wanted to be gay or straight, and I said yes. I'm currently dating a man, though, just to confuse people. Bunch of people being like, well, she says she's queer, but why does this look straight? I thought the B in LGBTQ stood for Birkenstocks. I met my boyfriend online. You can get some weird people online. For example, you know on your profile how you can list your interests, where people write things like cooking, traveling, music, etc. I noticed when I was online, there are a bunch of people who would write in their interests, consent. Now, don't get me wrong, consent is also one of my interests. Actually, I think I'm a really big fan of Consent. I have all their albums. But I didn't have Consent listed in my interests, for the same reason that my list of pet peeves didn't include being lit on fire. However, that's not my favorite story from the online dating world. My favorite story is the time that someone sent me a message that just said, you say on your profile you like Germany. Does that mean you like Hitler? So I was really glad this happened online, because if this was in person, I would have just fucking probably not done anything, let's be real. However, this was online, so I had a chance to regroup and, have a think about it, and I thought, okay, you know what? I'm not going to be angry. I'm not going to be mad. This is a teachable moment. So I gave it some thought and I drafted a careful response. And I said, Germany is a country with a very rich cultural heritage, and it's a really different place to what it was like in the 1930s and 40s. And you know what? I'm just really upset you think I would like Hitler. Because have you seen how fit young Stalin was? I'm Sunny Lai, thanks for